Hello again, folks, and let me just say, freedom! I feel like I've been waiting a year and a half to say that. For a whole host of reasons, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but let me just say that I left my job behind this week. And I have a week or so before I start my new one. I am tremendously excited for the new opportunity and grateful for it. I'm also quite grateful for a few days to rest and recuperate and search for some stamps, of course. A special thank you to my father-in-law, who gave me $40 in a birthday card. That has provided the inspiration for today's journey. I've got $40 in my pocket, so I'm going to go off into my favorite city, which happens to be St. Paul, Minnesota. And I'm going to have some fun looking for some stamps, eating some good food, and taking you along for the ride. So, here we go. So I am caffeinated. A special thank you to the gentleman on the screen for chipping in for today's cup of coffee. But I've yet to have breakfast. So I am going to stop by one of my favorite bakeries. It's called Break Bread, B-R-A-K-E, because it will actually deliver loaves of freshly baked bread to you via bicycle, which I think is cool. And they have some great pastries. So I'm going to stop there first for a little bit of sugar to go with my coffee. Well, it's always a sign of a good bakery when they sell out of the good stuff by 9 o'clock. Unfortunately, my go-to is the vanilla croissant, and they were out of them, so I had to settle for a scone, which I'm excited to eat. It is going to be a bit messy, though, so I thought I would take you to one of my favorite parks, which is called Mears Park in downtown St. Paul. You're not getting any of my scone. Neither are you guys. And I have returned to my favorite antique store in St. Paul. I did a video on this place about a year ago, maybe now, and it was a hoot. I will put a link in the description below to that video. I had quite a fun time, and I found something quite historic. So take a look at that. I'm not going to do as big of an exploration of this place as I did the last time because it is huge. But I'm going to go look for some stamps. Success! My first stamp collecting find of the day, and it just so happens to be a stamp I needed for my collect one of every-ish USA stamp quest. And so every time I look at this particular stamp, I'm going to remember this wonderful excursion, and I am thrilled for that. And I have to say, I love the fine folks at West St. Paul Antiques. They had a weaving in there that was made in France in the 1920s to commemorate Charles Lindbergh's arrival. And it was from that time, and it was beautiful. And it just makes me think about what it must have been like to watch on the horizon as the first plane arrived from over the pond. I think that's awesome. But what's better, obviously, is that I found a stamp. Huzzah! Sure do love this town. And what trip out in St. Paul would be complete without a stop at the post office? So let's see if there's anything in the old P.O. box that will be fun to unveil at my stamp den later. We shall see. How fun was that? My, oh my, I love my town. And the best part about St. Paul is that there's still places I haven't gone. I've been in this town for 20 years, and I still have a bucket list. So the first reveal I'm going to do is the stamp-related find from my adventure, and it's this guy. As you saw at the antique store, they now have a vendor that does stamps. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the album and the other miscellaneous items they had were a little pricey, but so be it. I was able to find this nice block. That's cool. I don't have this stamp right here, and so long as this is mint never hinged, which it is, I will squirrel this away. And when I get to this section in my collect one of every-ish stamp quest, I will put that in the album. Very cool. I always appreciate finding a stamp for my quest out in the wild. So that was fun. Pun intended. Wild. Alligator. Wild. Everglades. All right. I gotta do a pun where I can. So that was my philatelic find from my journey. But the biggest find of them all was at the estate sale. And for the first time in my life, I actually arrived at an estate sale on a Thursday morning, right when they opened. And so I had my pick. And I found something I think is pretty cool. So this is the manual and the guide for the model train set that I had as a kid. How cool is that? I've been into trains much of my life, and this is the Tycho set from 1977 that I had as a boy. I did not have that shirt. But so this is the manual, and that's pretty cool. I do like collecting paper memorabilia and old things like this, and I know there are collectors out there that appreciate this too, and so that's pretty cool. But the reason that I was able to find a $2 refund offer for the track layout expander from 1977, the reason that I was able to find that is that I found a new in-box set from 1977. Not in-box, this is like, no, new. These are in the boxes. And I am pretty sure this is the set I had when I was a little boy. And how cool is this? They're in the boxes. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that locomotive. I love it. I love it. I don't know. I'm not a model railroad aficionado, in part because of cost. But I am sure this is pretty cool. And there's like, look at that Baby Ruth good candy. Oh, that's so cool. And there's a lot of the cars. And then there's this guy, which I hope is in there. It feels a little light. We'll see. Well, so there you go. It's like a complete set of the train I had when I was a kid. Oh, and there's tracks! Cool! And there's your track. Ha! That's neat. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with this, but for $25, I thought, huzzah! I think that's a pretty cool find. Put this back. I'm not quite sure what Mrs. Silk is going to think about this purchase, but you know. Alright, so that was the big score. Now, stopped at the old post office box and found this. I can tell by the packaging and by the address that I'm covering up that this is from one of you that's already been very, very generous to me and my channel. I was tremendously excited to see this come through because the last time you sent me something was one of my favorite stamps of all time. I will cherish that newspaper stamp that you sent me, and thank you again. I did want to mention that if you send something of value to me, I will do my best to trade something of value to you. But if it's significantly valuable, I don't have all that many duplicates to send along. And I'm especially at a loss when you tell me you don't want anything in return. Because then I feel kind of like, well, I need to. I want to say thank you. But if I send you something that's worth 20 bucks and you send me something that's worth 50, I feel kind of like I'm taking advantage of you. And so going forward, if you send me stamps in the mail, thank you. I am going to be altering my Let's Trade Stamps process a little bit. Look for a future video. But know that if I send you something that you were hoping for, you know, something else, drop me a line. There's an email address in the description of this video. That being said, I'm so excited to see what's in here. Alrighty. Thank you again for your last package. You are very, very kind, and I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed my package that I sent you. Oh, cool. I love it. Lincoln Douglas debates. Oh, very cool. What is in here? Oh, sweet. Dear customer, thank you for trusting us with your order. Customer satisfaction for international shipments. How cool. I have got to start to put together my Denmark. Oh, that's a cool stamp. I wonder what the history is of that. One of you all know the history of that stamp. Please let us know in the comment section below. That's a cool artwork. I'm sure it tells quite a story. Huh. Oh, neat. Look at that handwriting. Oh, packet. I'll go through that in a second. Oh, thank you, good sir. You chipped in for today's cup of coffee. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to go through this packet in a second. Trains! Oh, cool trains! I don't have those. Wow, neat. Oh, those are cool. I am working, I've said this before, I am working on my train album. And I look forward to showing it to you all soon. Oh, that's so cool. I'll go through those in a second. What are these? Are these aren't. There's no way these are. Ducks! Oh my gosh! What have you done? What? Oh my gosh, these are all ducks. Oh, good sir. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am speechless. God, I love these stamps. Look at that. And it's got the back, too. Neat. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. That is so cool. Minneapolis, cancel. Okay, folks, help me out here. This must have been used postally? Minneapolis, 1947. Oh, that is so cool. Socked on the nose duck stamp with a town cancel that happens to be my the village to the west of me. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Look at all of these ducks. Oh my gosh. I am sure to find one or two that I need for my quest in here. Oh my gosh, sir. These are so cool. Wow, there's a ton. There's a plate block number. I don't have a duck stamp with a plate block. Wow. Unreal. I'm going to put together a package for you. I know you said in the past, but not that you didn't expect anything from me, but this is just so amazingly generous of you. And I am going to figure out a way to say thank you. Wow, look at all of these. Oh my word. I'm also going to figure out a new way to store my duck stamps, I think. My collection just doubled. Oh my gosh. I've mentioned this previously, I love the used duck stamps. You know, this was that guy's year. That, you know, I hope he got his quota. Fed his family. I assume because 1950s, I don't know how many women were hunting in the 50s. I know there's a lot more today. Wow. Unbelievable. Unreal. Just on and on. Look at those. That beautiful art. $1938. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I'm a bit speechless. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot wait to put these into my collection somehow. I am going to have to make room. Joyfully so. Oh, thank you. And then there's these cool ones too. Betty Boop. Ah, there you go. The Commonwealth of Dominica. Betty Boop. Oh, what fun! Thank you so very much. I am a bit speechless. Look for something in the mail to say thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this journey through St. Paul. It's a wonderful town. Do come and visit if you'd like to, and drop me a note. I'll point out some other great places to go. And yeah, here's to happy collecting for all of you. And if you like today's video, please go ahead and like it, and do subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal to me. Until next time, take care.